Hello, beautiful ether. I am losing my mind in here, so I have to like reorganize. I don't have lipstick on. Hold on. I guess. Okay. Try that again. Reorganizing, losing my mind in here, so I'm going to try to get through some sections, and let me see if this is even, let's see, got this interesting statue that somebody was throwing away. I hope their marriage is okay, because it is like one of those things. You can tell we got some acid rain here in Florida. It was silver, and now it looks like, I don't know, something you'd find in the ocean. I'm gonna set this over here to avoid disaster. I've kicked it a few times, and that's kind of the disaster I'm alluding to. It does not feel good. It's pure and unadulterated pain. Okay, so let me make sure I have the chat up. Yeah, this is kind of no plan, just reorganizing. Figured I'd do this on live because I was probably not going to make anything tonight. And yeah, if I come across anything neat, I am trying to downsize, so I'm going to do a destash. Oh, thank you, Iklas Tihani. I hope I pronounced that right. Or it could be Tiani or Tijani. That's very kind. Thank you, and I hope you have a beautiful day too. And I enjoy making just about anything and everything. And oh, some safety pins. Somebody gave me this box of safety pins, and it has a French horn pin. I don't know if anybody wants a French horn pin. See, I like stuff like this. Like, why is that pearl just on this one? So that goes in my idiosyncratic pile. Okay, so safety pins, I'm gonna put, I have this little box here. It's like safety pins and keychain rings. So I can make little charms or keychains and just grab one right there. A little thing of seed beads to go with all my other things of seed beads. All these I get by either getting lots. I don't know if you can see it. Let me put it down real quick. I got all these lots on eBay, but all these ones I was gifted to recently. And if you see my video saying beads gifted from an inmate, you'll hear the story. He makes absolutely incredible jewelry, but unfortunately he wasn't able to keep his beads with him. And so his aunt told him how he found somebody who could use them, and he says he was more than happy to give them to me. And I have been using them just about every day. I made these off, I have found a pattern on YouTube. I'll try to remember to link it below. I did this quite a long time ago, but as you can see, the string is a little too rigid, so it won't like, and I think I did it too tight. And oh, here's one of my metalwork rings. Copper, sterling silver. Took some scrap, like sterling chains that have seen better days. Hammered it flat. Well, first hit it with a micro torch until it balls up. Like when it melts, it'll ball up. And then you hit that as flat as possible. And then I carved a half a circle in a block of wood and then continued to hammer it. Kind of made my own dapping block, if you will. And this is my plate of all kinds of rings I made in different ways. This one I even have expired medicine in it. And this one I did the other day on live. My favorite is this. It's just using some scrap wire and beads, and it's a glass bottle. Okay, so I don't have much of a direction to go in. And this is with all the stuff I spilt yesterday on live. And it's all things that I just prepared to make some jewelry with too. Just setting this over here in a way that it won't spill again. I have my kind of like scrap beads over there. Just when I'm finished with the project, the leftover beads I usually will just throw in a big thing, and I quite like doing that instead of putting them all back in the thing, because also like I like grabbing like a pile of those and trying to make something random, and I also like the fact that when I run out of beads I have a spot that's like a kind of cache of overflow. Getting everything back into orbit. Found these beads. I'm not sure what they are. They feel like a type of shell. They actually feel just like, maybe. Oh, okay, maybe I know what they are actually. Let me look up carved sea urchin spines. I need to put this fan on. Oh, you're plugged in. Oop, that's not. I'm thinking maybe these could be carved sea urchin spines, because it does have, not every sea urchin spine is the same color, but it has that purple that I always see at shell shops. And then I also found these, white and black, and they feel natural, so I feel like there's some form of shell. I don't know. And they do have like some inclusions and unevenness. And oh boy. Oh, there's my other. I need to get my jewelry thing up here because all of this goes in that. Jump rings. One of the only things that I do have to, oh, you probably can't see down here. I'm gonna have to keep moving this camera around. Scissors. My favorite scissors. Very important to have a sewing kit near, so where am I gonna put it? I found got a bunch of patches. All kinds of patches. Korea and some like other stuff. I'm gonna collect them anytime I find them. I have half the plan of like decking out something. When I was a kid, everything was always covered in patches. And probably don't need all these notebooks my tatas. Oh, that's a good thing to, it's all gnarly. But if you don't have a crossword puzzle book or something like that and you enjoy things like that, you could just do your own. I used to do this all the time and just clip necks based on one letter. Got some dolls. They're kind of, you know, Florida climate change. I can't say that even though that's not what I like because I wouldn't. Pretty Princess. Do you remember that game? There was a game called Pretty Princess, and you spun a thing, and whoever like got all of the jewelry pieces won. What is this? Motorcycle cruise control. This will go in the tools area. That was quite some time ago. It's a little, 2009. It's just a little book of tattoo designs. I wasn't aware that that was a thing, and I always wanted to go to tattoo shops and grab those. They're really good for inspiration. Skull that I made with plaster, but then it got wet. I think the humidity, honestly. I'm not sure what this is, but it's resting and it has that like really off-putting but nostalgic and beautiful green color. And let me try to get my this box of like random hardware that I'm convinced I'm gonna turn into something. Like this is the bottom of like, I could think of a train car. Some old keys. This is one of my favorite finds. I found this walking down a back alley, just sticking out of the sand. I've always wanted to use these, and I still have yet to. Let's see. I wanted to make that area like a because you can see it's just like a normal size room, and I want to make that area sewing stuff, and this kind of like, I kind of need to move my comic books, but I'm not prepared to, and I would be devastated if anything happened to them. So I might move them down, like, so, yeah. So, I'll start clearing this out. This should be a treat. I haven't, oh, some really old dead stock Christmas bows. Oh, there's like cap. I like tins. Some picture frames, I always scoop them off. Oh, this was on my high school notebook. It's just what's it called? A postcard, but it has a nice desert scene on it. Some more picture frames. You'll be surprised by how many people throw away picture frames. And this, before I had a wire like rig, one of those oh, can you see me? Yeah, you can. And little picture frame thing. this was the top of my picnic basket, and I left it out, and it swelled up from just the humidity. I mean, the dew, really. These things, I have a thing for those things. Tissues? I have yet to do this. My grandma had all these kits. It's an embroidery kit to embroider a raccoon, so I'm going to keep that out. Oh, actually, I have a basket of little craft things that I find in places, like this clay kit to make a cake that was like 75 cents at Walmart, or not Walmart, Walgreens. More frames. See, this one doesn't have glass or anything, but you could use it to make so much and then hang it, because it's, you know, ready to go. And I'm not sure what to do with these. I was going to make some jewelry stands with it, but I don't want to drill through them. They're lucite, just lucite blocks. I'm not sure what they're for, if anybody knows. Polycast, somethingology, Connecticut. Lucite. But I think they'll come in handy, so for jewelry, anything. Ooh. And then these type of things you could use to make like any form of wall hanging. You could even just, you know, like make some foil hearts. And what would I do with it? Oh, you could also too make like a stuffed animal face and then put it on. And then this is just, I don't know why it exists, but I don't want it to be thrown away. I found it in my grandpa's garage. So I figured I can make a jewelry stand. All the jewelry stands I made with scraps like this is a picture frame that was falling apart. So I put chicken wire on it. And yeah, I gave it some more time. And a bunch of these, some rose petals. A bunch of these little frames for embroidery things. I found all of them, besides a few at a yard sale. Shoot, oh, okay, I'll put these here. Easily accessible. I made this basket. It's seen better days and it doesn't have the thing anymore, but it was one of those kits, and I have another one somewhere. Yes, I do. I'm going to pull it out just so things will fall, but yeah, they're really fun. Basket making kit. You soak all the stuff first in water so you could bend it, and really, really fun. Okay, this is all glitter. And stuff. Okay. There's a lot that I don't exactly know what I'm going to do with. Like this is, I don't know if you can see it. I'm sure you can see it. On my sketchbooks, I'm going to reorganize them. And then below that is a bunch of stuff I have to repair. And these are a bunch of seed beads. Maybe, because I want this to be glue. So let me do this first. So my cousin was going to throw away all these picture frames, and they didn't have anything on the back really, so it was just these like metal things and then like a piece of cardboard. So I kept all the glass so I can make terrariums with the stained glass. Haven't figured out how to cut it. I have a glass cutter, cannot get it to work. So afraid of my hair getting caught in that fan right there. Oh, two people like this. Thank you. giveaway. This is going on the 3rd month that I've been on YouTube, and and I have 130 subscribers, and might not be a lot to some, but if 130 people came was in the yard or something, I'd be freaking out. And so I kind of am, and I don't know, just really stoked. And I already like making too much jewelry, so I'm gonna do a giveaway. And all this is like ready to go, and a lot of my work is custom and totally customizable. So just tell me what you like, and I will work it up. Tell I like Mod Podge. Okay, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Okay. So, what am I doing? Let me put the camera down a little bit, because I feel like I'm going to be on the floor for a little bit right now. Whoop. Oh, I found the wood glue. Ooh! I don't want to get my hair caught in the fan. Ah! These things are brilliant. Ooh, if you use tacky glue, especially as at Annie's, I think, I always lose those caps, and these stay on way better. You can find them at like hardware stores, usually in line, and it just works like that. I'm gonna keep the wood glue out. Stiffen it. Stiffen stuff. Here for now. And what else? Trying to think of what to use that cover for. I'm gonna take all these out. These are just like various little things that I've prepared for photographing jewelry. Nice gold coral, very natural. Where else would I put it? A spot for the stuff. I'm just pushing the stuff on the floor because after I'm done, I'll sweep and mop and all that good stuff. Okay, so what am I going to put in there? Yay, it fits. Got some big old nails. I find them incredibly useful for a lot of things. Okay, back down here. Some collectible spoons. Oh yeah, I know what I did there. Let me grab it. Bulk beads. Aw. My grandma made this. It's a pot holder in the shape of a cast iron pan. This stuff comes in extreme handy, so I tend to keep even scraps of it. One glove. One glove. One glove. Plaster. What shape of plaster? Plaster I use to make chalk. I make this chalk that I have, I think it's available right now on my website, for people to use for their vevés or their sigils, or just drawing on the concrete. I make the red brick dust chalk as well as lavender eggshell chalk. Fancy. Gucci chalk. Okay. Oh yeah. I'm gonna push this stuff to the back and then put this stuff, because I know I'm gonna use that like not even, and yeah. I've been trying to use some clear coat. There's a few projects that I want to start on, and I didn't know there was clear coat here, but we'll have a thing with it. And let's do this real quick so I can move it. It's actually 2 Lazy Susans that I found on the side of the road, but they're just so darn useful. You can use them for painting or like other things, surely. Could try to make a giant spirograph, but there's two like this, so it'll still spin. I never finished my color wheel. Or my, whatever that was going to be. And this is from a frozen pizza, but I was going to use it to make a color wheel. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. It's these little bits of paper that end up driving me nuts. This is just sketchbooks and my doodle binder that I put any doodles that I didn't do on a sketchbook, like receipts. I got this book. It's by Kim Kranz. She makes incredible decks. The art is just superb. Oh, I got this when I was like in high school. I went to an art show and there was an artist doing live prints. Gory Games, 1979. It's this book with incredible art and doodles and puzzles, and it's all like kind of grim, like it's perfect. Oh, I thought that was gonna fit for sure. Any small bits of watercolor paper, any decent paper really, I tend to keep, no matter how big or small. I turn doodles into charms, so any size I definitely keep. Label paper! I'll turn that into stickers, so why toss that? Even if it's got a little bend on it, I'll just not use the bent part. Label paper is brilliant for stickers because they come out looking really legit, and some people put packing tape on wax paper and then another piece over a drawing. I don't find that to work for me. Maybe it's because of the humidity or something, but I can never get it to peel off the wax paper and keep it, you know what I mean? Anyway. My hammers are in this, and where's the anvil? It's gotta stay by the anvil. Makes sense. Baskets there. Okay. that's gonna be, oops. Okay. That was a close one. Whoops, my bad. Sorry, I'm not looking to traumatize anyone. Sewing. Important. I didn't bring the broom in here, damn it. Hey, that worked perfect. This is my most important stuff, really. Most important by meaning like this is like head pins, jump rings, all the stuff that I use to put the beads together. I may have to put the camera up a little bit. It's getting hot in here. I found a wood. I'll be right back. Coffee. I'm using a plastic cup because this is what we use for plants, and we're not going to just use them for plants. Might as well drink out of them a few times first, and they're just very easy. And then that way everybody knows like whatever's in the solo cups is $5, and of course I clean them before I put plants in them. I've broken way too many glasses in here, and we're down to like 2 decent size like glass cups, and then all my like antique cups from my great grandma's, and I don't want to break those in here. I always knock stuff down, and that's why you'll see me using a plastic cup. I know I hate it, but yeah. need to get a fancy, like, be back in 1 minute little thing between all the animals and forgetting to bring stuff that I will need in here. I run away a few times every stream and I'm gonna get better at that. Okay, so I'm gonna have to stand on this table maybe. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Okay. Oh, that's a nice dusty fan. This is my grandpa's. Paid a lot for it, like $200 or something at Kmart. This is like 20 years ago. But what it's designed to not do, it's designed so it doesn't blow your paperwork off your desk. Can you see under my skirt? Ooh, that was so close. Dang, I cannot be wearing these outfits. I'm 5'9". I know that's not that tall, but it's like tall enough that things that are just not even that short are short. This is my basket of pretty plastic flowers and other stuff that I have to organize, but first, well actually, trying to think of a good spot for these, because I use these with I solder them together. They're just those glass marbles from the dollar store for aquariums and stuff like that. It's quite fun using that copper tape that people use in stained glass, wrapping it around just about anything that could take heat and soldering it together. I'll show you what I did with them. So those ones are black and these ones are green. I got them from the Dollar Tree. And made a cross. I'm going to try to make an equal arm cross. Okay. Tools. Yay. These are my favorites. But I'm going to put them over here. Oh boy. From that store who gave me all the beads. It's hot. It's really hot. How do I do this? Trying to move it down. It's quite hot in here. Everybody has one room that like tries to end you. These I use for the rubber bands, but I use them for tie-dye. And usually I'll use scraps of string, but if I'm making tie-dye with somebody else, I'll use the rubber bands to make it easier. And these are resistors. I got these when Radio Shack was shutting down. I almost got a bunch of bread boxes because they're really nostalgic looking, but I would have no idea what to do with it. I wish I got them because Will would have been able to show me exactly what I could have done with them. Which I know it's like limitless stuff. There's a bunch. I had this roll of canvas I found. What's that? There's this fabric shop in West Palm Beach, Florida called Mac Fabrics. I don't think it's there anymore. They're throwing out a huge piece of canvas, like a roll of it. So I cut pieces out and just painted them. There's a butterfly, and you could fold it to make like, you know, and then some like just random flower type things. I put those black bits in different shapes. And I also use these to make a mask. And the mask itself is made out of the canvas. It's a little bent out of shape, but I made this about, gosh, like 10 years ago. I'll actually put this in here. Because I found some more of the canvas not too long ago, so I have it, and I can make a video on how I did that. I have many years experience of making treasure out of trash, and still to this day 90% of my supplies that I work with are all salvaged. Like for instance, this shirt, it's got a stain on it in a few places, and it's just an ill-fitting shirt, size small. It's kind of cute, like with a high-waisted office skirt, but not flattering on me, and the reason why I didn't donate it is because there's a bunch of beads falling off of it, and I didn't want the place to be like, well, I'm just going to throw it away. And so I've been harvesting the beads off of it. A lot of the beads that I work with are from antique and vintage clothing that are just disintegrating, and so many people just would throw it away, but you end up with way more beads than you would if you bought beads from a bead store. So if you throw away anything, just take the beads off and throw them in a bag. I'm sure, like, we all know somebody who's crafty, or like just donate them to a place. And what I do, if they're on a garment that I could wash, I just wash it like normal and then take the beads off. If it's not, I will take the beads off and then put the beads in a jar with like Dawn, shake them, and sometimes I even have to bring in like like pipe cleaners and stuff like that to get inside of the beads where all the fibers has disintegrated. I have a bunch of these really big charms. They're a little too big for me, and so if anybody wants them, like, they're here. Okay. It's going well. I better than last time. Last time I just kind of got too sidetracked to get everything done. I'll reorganize those in a second. Those are all my molds. I've accumulated quite a few resin molds over the years, and all customizable if anybody's into resin jewelry. I'm trying to make it only like custom pieces, so I don't have all these like pieces laying around, and I really don't like waste, and so I'd rather make stuff that somebody wants. I have plenty available and already made. It's just I don't know. I think yeah. So I'll put this in the beads thing. Ooh. Hold on, dude. This Waiting in Davis bag is falling apart, but I want to harvest the mesh to do something with it. It doesn't waste. Waste not what? My sisters. Oh, okay. 72 seconds of it. Alright. Change. Should I change? Boxes. few more repairs that I have to do. This actually was a friend's skirt, and I was gonna make a pillow with it, but then I ended up, since it's got plenty of stretch, I just put anything I have to repair in here, and I just have it in the bag. And I still gotta fix this, finish it, I should say. A little late 60s, early 70s mini dress. I really, really like it. I am not opposed to that. That is fine for me. And I have a hard time throwing away boxes like these because this is a perfect lap, like, beading station. So, I'll keep this aside, and then when it gets too smushed, I could just toss it, or burn it rather, and then, or compost it. Okay. All this like paper stuff that drives me nuts because I have a habit of writing like, I don't know if it's necessarily poetry, I don't like calling it poetry, but just like notes while I exist, I suppose. And so to make sure I write it all down into a spot that isn't just a piece of paper. Okay. Maybe somebody I'm not gonna show you all these, I'm gonna think it's gross. I love this though. I actually have a spot for stuff like this. Like there. I found these at a thrift store, and the thrift store liked my response so much and how infatuated I was with them, and I guess I was the only person that didn't laugh at them but was genuinely interested, so he gave them to me. And I have two. I don't know where they originate, and I've been trying to find these for quite some time because the components that are included on this hat I see in a great amount of cultures, and I just want to narrow it down completely so I know exactly what these are from and what their purpose is. My dad tripped over the bookshelf, and I kept my doll there because it's really old and I didn't want anything to happen to it, and I was afraid that I was going to break it. Look at her. Why? What happened? Look at her. And I can't find the head. Anyway, so I have to make one. These are my favorite dollies, though. She was in a horror film. I was watching like some B horror movie not too long ago, and she was in it. And this is her buddy, so where can I put them? I'd hate to put them back in the basket, but it seems like that's the safest place for them. Yeah. Safety first, my loves. Safety first. Yeah. Okay. I'll put them under here. I don't have shelves right now, so kind of think strategically stacking things and stashing things. And yes, it might look chaotic to a lot of people, but when I make pieces, I tend to use a few different types of craft like involved. So everything really does need to be ready to go, and I could just find exactly what I need. And I do reorganize quite a bit, and I think it's because I get everything back in line, and then I just go wild like playing with it all, which is, you know, working. And then it gets a little too disorderly, and then I have to start it all over again. From this, I haven't been able to listen to it because nothing has CD players anymore. Runa Pacha Inca World, only instrumental. Ancient medicine, women songs. I'm really interested to hear it. I guess I could try to find it on YouTube. I'm sure it's there. Thank y'all for joining me, if anybody's here, because doing this by myself, let me look up what that means. I'm so bad at this. Amanda. What? I look so weird today. Why? I want to change though. I keep seeing myself and I'm just trying not to like overthink because I don't know. I got some pictures. I got some pictures. Okay. Hello, Jandy Jandy. Let me see what that means. Oops. Let me see what that means. Oh, I'm from the US, from Florida, and yeah, whereabouts are you from? I'm always looking to learn new plants, food, anything from every culture I can possibly. I think that's the only way for humans to really like chill a little bit is if they learned, became more cultured, if you will. But it's not even that. I just have a general obsession with every single human on the planet that's ever existed. Ew. Scraps of leather are great for crafting because like a thimble, but you know you could use it on your palm or so I keep that. Everyone needs a Dremel. This was my grandfather's and I inherited it. And I keep that there because I genuinely do use it a lot. And these are just empty bags that I could be using for tools and stuff. I just haven't figured out what would go in these. Fabric. So fabric. Let me be right back. got too. I feel like I look weird. I got a change of clothing. I just have to find my belt. I took my belt off on stream yesterday and I have yet to find it. These are cool. I got these at the Sugar Fest in Clewiston, and they're photos of the Fairbanks Morse engines, motors. They still use these to make sugarcane syrup. Where's my belt? Yeah, I found it. Good change. Yeah, good change. I found my belt. I'm gonna change, but like over here. Sitting here trying to remember if I have like a mirror on the other side, because I used to. Oh, that was a pain. Oh, I think this is what they call a bad idea. Okay, now I don't have to worry about moving weird and showing you things that you won't be able to unsee. Maybe? I don't know if it's there or not. Okay. Backwards or something? Maybe I don't like this either. Maybe I'm having one of those days where like clothes just aren't doing it for you. I don't know. I don't know if I like this either. I think this is weird looking. This is why I try not to look at this, but I have to because of comments, and I don't want to miss anybody if they have a question. Alright, so I'm gonna get back to it and just maybe, well, let me use the restroom. get these pictures down here real quick. I'm sure I'll find a use for it. So, yeah. If anybody comes across this and has any questions, even if it's what the hell are you even doing? This I'm going to use for watercolor painting. It is a lid of the baby food that my pig Blue used to eat, and it's sentimental at this point, so I gotta keep it. Lipstick. Lipstick. 1106. Lipstick. I don't know where I want those. Those are some of my favorite little candle holders. Alright, I should be doing more work. This bottle holder. It's not old. I found it on a website. I think they were like 25 bucks, but it's iron. Oh, cute mermaid. I found it at a yard sale or thrift store. I get the two confused sometimes. I love this so much. I've always wanted one of these in my collection, and I found one at a yard sale and they gave it to me for like $3. Now where to put it, I'm not so sure. I can make a hook and it could hang up there. So for that I just need a scrap of copper, some copper wire, and hello Mr. Self-Destruction! Yeah, I was losing my mind in here because I made too much of a mess, and so figured I'd take the day to reorganize and also try not to lose any form of momentum and just stream it. I gotta get up here. Whoop. Okay, that works. That works wonderful. Can I stand? Yeah. I'm gonna keep sitting. All these things to use it for weaving, they're looms. And I got these actually on, yeah, camera's higher. Because last time I did one of these like organizing on stream videos, you couldn't see my face the entire time. I'm gonna try to, the end of this dress though. I feel like I made a huge mistake. 2 clips. Yeah, flip this dress, damn it. Is there anything else in here? Let me grab a different dress. I hate this so much. I don't know. Like I guess I do a lot of like plant stuff and stuff like. What is in here? What the hell? It's like squishums. So a lot of my stuff is ripped to shreds from like outside work and stuff like that. So I've been wearing stuff that I haven't worn in a while, and I forgot how god awful it is. Just like the fabric they use now or something, it's just unwearable. Right to go. Ooh, factory. Oh shoot. Some Fairbanks and Morse engines. They still use these for a lot of things too. I always wanted one. I don't know what I would do with it, but they're freaking awesome. Like you can feel the earth move around you when one's powering or powered up. One of the first metal work rings, it is just scrap wire too. Even the ring itself is scrap wire. And this one is sterling that I hammered flat and then carved a wood block, a half circle out of a wood block to give it like a cup shape. And then the center, like the flower kind of pistons, heck, it's gonna have to go give her some food, damn it. It's copper wires. And if you hit copper wires with like a microtorch, all these are made with microtorch, they ball up at the end, so you can make your own head pins. I haven't finished these, but will shortly. because, like, I don't know. Don't know. Kids, oh. Let me do that. She will not, she doesn't give up. She is where's my phone? Oh, there it is. I'll bring a phone with me. Well, no I won't, because I'll get sidetracked. What did I do with, okay, I shall return. Chappy is that cat's name now. All this over here is yarn, a nice wall of yarn. Well, just one shelf of yarn. I do enjoy crocheting. I'm not very good at it, but I like it. Oh, it is Donald Trump. And I think I'm going to finally hang it up here, so when I want to show it to people, I know where to find it. And I did this with net. I think I've showed this a bunch. I don't know where to put it. Okay. This will surely come in handy. For this. It's different things to weave. Fibers. This is for the Japanese art of rope making. You could do it with beaded threads, yarn, twine to make your own rope, and it's just repeating a pattern over and over again. And it comes out quite neat. Maybe there, and I'll move the statues. Let me put this down again. I'll probably be down there for a while. And I'm gonna actually put this by the string. This I would put by the beads, but it's not gonna fit. And I don't want things to be too scattered. So I think I'm gonna leave it with, well, I guess not. Maybe I'll put it up here. This is a loom. I'm not exactly sure how this one works. I think you just could use any type of, or maybe it's for beading. I'm not sure. This piece doesn't go with it. I think it's supposed to have two of these, and you could open them and like pinch something inside of that. But it was missing one, and I got it for free when I got these, because this came with a bunch of craft stuff. And yeah, I know I'll figure out something to do with it, because for instance, this is the one I made before I had any stuff like that could hold things in place. And I've made quite a few tops with this, and I still have 3 of them. And as you can see, it's like a vague top shape, and then you could put ties to tie it in the back. The point is, though, you can make any shape you want, and just do your cross of fibers, like doop, 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 and then weave in up and down, and then you can leave fringe. The next one I want to do is a rug, essentially, or like a beach blanket, by just getting a big piece of wood and putting nails all around it. And I know like there's like looms that you could roll up, but I think this is going to be more attainable for me to create, because I could use wood that's not strong enough for shutters or for building, and yeah, mustn't waste. Just so I could have it. It's a nice spot. Why don't you want to go with that? I'm just going to put one of those down there. They're really awkward to keep next to each other. So I'm going to put this one. This one has all of the pins on it, excluding one, but that'll take 2 seconds. I don't think this is a handmade. I mean, who am I to say? Maybe. But maybe the original ones they didn't like, or maybe it didn't have like separators. I'm not sure. They're thumbtacks. I think that's what makes it curious. Oh, this is really going well this time, actually. So here's my bag of scraps of string. I keep all scraps because you never know. And tiny scraps I add to this little doohickey I found at a yard sale or a thrift store. And it just holds it so you could spin it, and you know, I like it. I have fun. Now, as far as what to do with it, oh, there's a good thing to show you. There's some little things that I've started crocheting, like I used one of those basic lanyard knots. They come out really nice. And I was making my own. These are for blush or, you know, scrubbing your face. And yeah, it took 2 seconds. I really like it. I'm not sure. This is my paper, so I kind of leave that lingering around because I'm always grabbing it. Put some of this trash. Oh yeah, I found it. This is the Jesus rug I was talking about. Epic. It's one of the local churches are selling this massive Jesus rug. Robo Unity. Bold as bolts. Excuse me. Most I've talked in my entire life is right here on this channel. Because it's just me in here and I have a tendency to ramble and rant and rave. I feel like I should put these in their own kind of spot. Family bags. Very proud of that basket. Getting more stuff. Should this go? Stamps. Stencils. Maybe not. This will go on this stove. Okay, I gotta get this. These come in quite handy. If you're a fan of doing any form of crafts outside, find these. I found them at a yard sale. It's so like. You know how many times I've like painted something outside and a mosquito or a moth has gotten caught in it, and that might be some people's thing, but I kind of you know, and I would like to avoid a horrific ends for a moth. But yeah, these obviously like you won't be able to cover big pieces with this, but if you're like painting, like if you're gold leafing something with liquid leaf. You could throw this on while it dries, so nothing flies into it. Especially liquid leaf, because it's so fumous. Fuming. What was that? Oh yeah. This is my cousin, my mom, and I. That's me. Note my bondage pants and AFI Vans. Yeah, I need to put this somewhere. I just framed this. Will's grandmother lives in Scotland still, and she sent us this news article of this massive pig. So I promptly framed it with a picture of Blue. And I still gotta get it up. I happen to use picture frame that the landscape feature is busted off of it. Just sitting down, Okay. Yeah, I gotta get through this stuff actually. I'll start that. I don't paint my nails. I have a weird phobia of like nail polish. I just don't like it. I remember the one and only, well, 2 times I've ever had my nails painted in my life. And one is almost time. So when I was a kid, I always wanted to have my nails painted red, and my mom finally agreed, and for some reason I was so self-conscious of my hands, I kept them hidden like this. I was like walking around with fists. I just realized people must have thought I was extremely angry or something. I don't know why. I don't like it. And another thing is, obviously the smell is like really intense, and the almost time, right? Almost, and I have nothing against it. I actually started learning how to do some nail art because I think it would be cool to have some sets available, and because I could make them really like intense, and like my resin work. I just feel like that translated into that would be, and I could learn a bunch of new tips and tricks with all different other types of material that I could also use in jewelry. So it's just a plus. And anyway, so the time where I almost got my nails done is I went to a nail salon with my friend and her mom for mani-pedis. The lady touched my foot for like 1 second and I almost kicked her in the face. Very ticklish in my feet area. Maybe not so much anymore. Who knows? Anyway, so I couldn't do it. I like couldn't sit there. And the I didn't do it. And there was a comic book store next door, and I already really wanted to go there, and I knew there was a chance because it takes like an hour to like do all that stuff, and I knew like maybe it would be closed by the time it's done. So I really wanted to get out of there anyway. I was just needing an excuse, and that's where I got my first few Tomb Raider comic books, because the few comic book stores that were near my house when I was a kid never had them. And yeah, like they would order them for you, but you have to like pay them, and like I was never in that position, so yeah, and I still have them to this day. Yeah, I gotta stop talking. Ooh, I'm glad I got this because I needed this. That shouldn't be in there. What else is that? That's my song. Nice little beaded applique. Nice. Could do anything. Like you can put it on, and or a denim jacket. That would be really, really nice. And this is just kind of like Bobo markers, Bobo paint, but some of them still have paint in them, and then the other ones that aren't, I wanted to roll them all up in fabric, like a tablecloth, and leave it in the sun and rain for like a month, and see what happens to it, and just use it for like a beach blanket or something. I decided against going through that because it's just kind of like a collection area for anything that has pigment but I can't use. This black glove is pretty gnarly, but it's the thickest black. Never mind, there's a big old hole in it. I was gonna say, I could probably get a few more uses out of it, but it was just not in the cards. And this is a shirt that just like is no good anymore. The fabric is quite nice, so I might hold on to it for a while, but I've been harvesting the beads off of it. They're all metal and brand new looking. Yeah, no, for some reason it like bugs me out. I can't, and I also do a lot with my hands, and anytime like I see, like for instance, I dig in asphalt a lot because I find like ancient shells in it, and my nails like as is are always like all scratched and dinged up, and bending metal, I wouldn't be able to do it, and like, yeah, and I've like seen some things. I don't know. And how they dig under your cuticle. Oh, wait, hell no. But I do buy nail polish and stuff because I figured out that I can use it in resin, and after it's sealed in resin, you can't smell it anymore. Because it's quite shimmery, so when you like pour it in one of those cups and stuff, how it moves, and really nice effects. And I was wanted to paint stuff with it because of that, but the smell lingers for too long, and like for jewelry and stuff, and I didn't know what to seal it with. This is all before resin came into my life. Resin is just a total game changer. I love it. And yeah, it's just, oh, I think there was another story. There's that. Almost. Oh, and then I did this like photo. My friend made a cocktail and it won a contest. So the restaurant like was featured in a bunch of things, and the cocktail was called Blue Gecko, and there was supposed to be this girl to come in a costume, and she was the Blue Gecko girl for pictures and stuff. And the photographer like had to choose somebody, and then when he saw, I'm not like saying, but when he laid his eyes on moi, he's like, you have to be the Blue Gecko girl. So then this lady like hated me for no reason, and yeah, I must have got like bad juju, because the day of I had like a flu or something that came out of nowhere, and I was supposed to be selling this, and mind you, I wasn't even 21, I think I was like 17. I was supposed to be selling this like cocktail, so I had to carry all these like cocktails around with it, and I kept having to run in the back and horrific experience. And there's like one good picture from it. That's it. Yeah. And the thing that I got to wear was really cool. A friend of mine designed it. The photographer actually designed it, and it was pretty neat for a horrifying experience. Do some, I have some really, like, cheap polymer clay. One of those, like, $15. What is this? There's just, like, a piece of dust in my nose. God damn. Yeah. So I have such a good immune system. No, I'm just kidding. I haven't gotten to this section because I really want to make it a sewing section. It's just I'm waiting to find some form of shelving, and it's taken a little bit longer for me need to get around to everything. And yeah. From Dollar Tree, but they are brilliant. They are metal. They're brilliant for beading and doing little crafts, and if you want to bring it to the table or something. Or repairs. Anytime I see like Will or my dad like repairing something, I always have to bring out a dish, because all too often like I see bolts rolling away and stuff like that, and a dish, it saves you a lot of time and energy, and ooh, it's a magnet. I can use that. It's up there. Oh, I know. Put it in. Magnets, keychains, and safety pins. I don't need the box, but this was such a pleasurable experience. White Knights made in St. Petersburg, Russia. I'm sure they're a little, not like old, but you know what I mean, like not very new. Came all the way from Lithuania. I'm really happy with them though. Can't throw away a good 10. Hell no. The other Kumahima thing. This one I slightly decorated. Oops. That was slightly bent. Oops. I gotta get back on this. This is all my dried stuff that I still need to coat with resin. Really well. Whoa. Is it because I keep walking all over the place? Why do I look so like a spider molting from its own existence? Soldering station. I think I'm gonna change. Is it just one of those days? Am I imagining? Look, I have a mirror right here. Yeah, what the hell? No, it's not good. just feel okay. Sorry about that. There's more roses. I can't. Oh. Don't know. Coffee maybe? Maybe not even this. I don't even like this. Alright, that's the last I'm gonna change because trying to get some of these Tupperware things so I could put cheese in it. I also have to get my stuff back out of this. This was all organized like 2 days ago and then I kicked it as soon as I got on live. Okay, these. Oh, this is a cool thing that I made not too long ago. Excuses. It's Kashmiri jhumka. So jhumka is a style of earring in India, and Kashmiri jhumka, what I get from it is this jhumka, but it connects like this, and then it dangles. But this has a post earring, and I made it so you could wear it with any post earring, just a jump ring. And yeah, I really like how these. For the longest time, I was really self-conscious of my ears, and I just couldn't care less. But I'm really self-conscious about my ears, and I really liked this design because kind of hit them a little bit. I like making these little things with cloves for earrings. They still have a clove fragrance, but what's great about them is they're completely dry and very porous, so when they don't have the clove smell anymore. And I was gonna make a bunch and leave them out for those who don't like cloves, but still like you know, the look of it and like what they represent. But when they don't smell anymore, you could use them as oil diffusers by just dropping essential oil onto them, and I'll carry the fragrance for you. Charm bracelet ready to go. I include the charms with it, and then you could slide off which ones maybe you don't like or don't want to wear out there. And this is a really easy, nifty connector. It's copper, and then you slide and you can make a chain with them, and it looks really impressive in my opinion. So this I have prepared. Just using scissors and a closer. I think I'm closer. Mine too. I think that's why it's organizing day, and I kind of will work for a few weeks or whatever amount of time, and then I'll try to reorganize, and that my brain feels a lot better because it gets really hard to focus. Like, I'm kind of used to having a kind of chaotic workspace, but I even need some organization sometimes too, especially I'm trying to make more and more pieces, and a lot of my pieces include multiple different types of craft work, and includes multiple types of craft work with a K, and I want to have everything like readily available, but it gets quite hectic and quite fast. That's why I have this little creation station here. Every tier is something, like this is beads and just scrap wires that could instantly go, and they're all beads that fit together. It was kind of an experiment. What I used to do, like going to the beach and stuff, I would have a bag, like one of those kind of see-through mesh bags full of random stuff, and while I was at the beach I would try to put it together as something actual. Hearts. Oh no! I have to bring this outside. It's a little air plant, and I made this little cage for it to exist in. And I tried to make a sacred heart out of just random beads, and that's how I don't think it is. Oh, I want to begin with this so bad so I could make something. The stuff I'm putting in this top one is stuff I'm using right now. I'll put these in there for now. Oh, there it is. My favorite needle. Kind of needle. Large eye beading needle. But you can use it for so much, because it's just essentially a really thin loop that's tapered on both sides, so you could go through anything with any size string. Oh, there's another stencil. I don't really like this font. It came with the puffy paint kit, but I'm sure I'll use it for something. I'm going to keep some of that out because I am actively wanting to bead more. Little sword. And it's just doodled on paper and colored in with watercolors. Not treated or no Mod Podge or anything on top, and just coated in resin as is. Let's see. Okay. I think we're just gonna put this in with the bulk, like scrap kind of beads. I like the smell of my packaging paper because I keep a cinnamon broom in the box that I keep my stuff in. tissue paper. Oh, I've been putting this stuff in the wrong thing. That's okay, because I'm going to reorganize it anyway. Alright, it's not bad. The cups. There. All these like things that I started but with no direction. But it looks quite nice when all these are combed out. Or it could be like, I don't know, on this shirt or part of the belt. And I made them in all different colors and I never did anything with it. I guess this could go in the yarn scraps. Not sure what this says, but I quite like it. Okay. I'll keep this under there so I remember I have it. Scraps, but it's just like one little bag. So I have a bunch of these tins, and I'm just gonna start stashing back there. This is another thing that I think shouldn't be wasted. These are those inserts that come in bathing suits, but a lot of times they just fall out or just are absolutely useless. But you could sew a bunch of like flowers or huge rhinestones and all kinds of stuff in fringe and make those like kind of festival tops, if you will. Guess I'll put these in sewing stuff because that's not the worst project. Well, I'll put the note back in. This is quite neat. This is my grandfather's. It's a US metric converter. And it's just one of those slide things that convert things for you. And I'll just put this here for now, and then I'll put that elsewhere. Let me fix my hair. Put it over here so nothing goes up. I should move this guitar. Well, I could put it in here. Oh no, this is not in here. Yep. Dings on Telecaster. I kind of, as far as electric guitars, I would say Telecaster is definitely my favorite. The strings are nice and close to the neck, and I call it a butter stick. Just like the neck of it is such a butter stick. It's so smooth and fatty. That is a two-piece like 70s outfit, but it just the elastic isn't quite good on the waist, so it just needs some tacks here and there to make it fit better. I haven't been able to find the tape of it, but I'm so curious. I love that kind of thing. My childhood Law and Order book that I for some reason have. Yeah, come on, finally. I tried to use this to mix paint on. I even frosted the glass and everything, but my mixture didn't work. Okay. Very close. More dried leaves. This was a blue button-down kind of Western style Guess top, and it had a little bleach stain somewhere. So I just cut off the, what's it called, the sleeves, and it made this really nice vest. And it's a really nice light pink and nice light blue, kind of like a purplish blue. And yeah. Reverse tie-dyeing is one of my favorite things to do with clothes that are like no longer good to wear out into that world. And anything that's like colored cotton and stuff like that, you can reverse tie-dye it with just bleach. And you could, there's a few different measurements, but 1 part to 2-3 parts water. You don't need that much. And if the color doesn't lift on something, you can always set it out in the sun for like a few days to a few weeks, because what bleach won't lift, the sun has no problem. And just takes a little bit while longer, but it's, you know, it's fun to see what happens, like what prints emerge, especially with the sun, because usually if you reverse dye black, it turns orange. And the one I did in the sun turned like a deep ruby with some orange, and I was quite impressed with how it turned out. Move this because I can't really access my watercolors right now. I mean, I can, but the computer is always up here. Organize on my lap like this. I keep a few things like this so I can always draw a circle, like a perfect circle. What am I doing? you have like this will not move at all, this paintbrush. Hand sanitizer. It took off anything, or everything. Liquid leaf, everything. I'm gonna have to move this. Oh, there's another stencil. Oh, that's what I'm keeping in there. Yeah. Nope. Nope, you're just gonna have to retrieve those later. I need bubbles in here. Ooh, that was my phone! Soda syrup was good though, but I didn't use that. I found this to be quite nifty. I got this when I was at my parents' house, and this is the ruler I usually use, and they're both Westcott rulers from just completely different decades. Just like that. Lord, I'm not listening right now. Talking to myself, but I guess that's what I've been doing this whole time. St. Augustine water, regular spring water. The St. Augustine water is from a St. Augustine tap and with some holy water from the Basilica. I just find that to be quite charming. How's that? Oh wait, put up the bushes. Kathy sent me the most incredible brushes and night and day difference than using what I was using. Interesting. Oh, I could clean this too. Make sure you keep. I'm gonna put these ones on too. Okay. How long have I been on here? I really did get that to where I'm very happy. I don't want to smush the paintbrushes, so I got rid of them. And I don't know what. Ooh, I love this. I don't know what this like string came from, but I enjoy it. And it goes in my bag of other little bits of string I enjoy more than regular. And I keep stuff like this because I can wrap it with string and make hundreds of different things, I think. As far as where to put it though, I'll just put it in there. Coconut. Oh, very important. This is pencil sharpener. Now I gotta focus on the desk though, because this is where there's spirograph and some little pamphlets that have neat information in them. Bags. Nothing more. Oh yes, I found my flashlight. Almost pulled y'all down. Well, I'm probably gonna continue just clearing this off and then start making some stuff. And because I gotta fill my shelf back up. I got quite a few products. It's just I don't know, I gotta make some fresh pieces. I have this neat Sacred Heart charm and I put plastic beads on it for some reason. Little muscle. Right there. Some of my favorite pieces I made recently. Rainbow and pearls and these heart and arrow thing. Finding. And this I made a bow. I looped the wire on the 2 beads, but since I didn't have enough room in the bead itself to make 2 more passes, I just put the end bits of the bow just with eye pins, right? Eye pins, yeah. See? When they are where they're supposed to be, it's quite cute. And just a nice pattern. Nice colors. Before I had all the colors that I have access to right now. Hollow beads. Specifically hollow beads too. Okay. Ooh. I went through a tassel phase and I was making all these tassels and like it's quite, the fabric is a little say anything like this is the piece was absolutely in pieces, but really nice finding and closure. And it's strong, it really is made to last. A feather. I carved the alchemical symbols in this plain, otherwise plain bead, and I quite like how it came out, so I want to do it again. For some reason, I was trying to make a little whisk. I forgot what I was trying to make it for. is actually here, a nice neutral spot. I move it around constantly. Oh, whoops. Must have stepped on that. So many like little things that just need to be moved from one spot to another. Oh yeah. I'm really in love with this screwdriver. It's completely metal down the whole thing, and it just has these like wooden inlays. Very neat. I have this little scrap bucket. Ooh, darn it. Put it in the wrong. Here's a good example of some of the random things I used to make. These hair clips out of fortune cookies. Felt fortune cookies. So make a bunch of fortune cookies and then make like these little sculptures with them. But I like it. I thought it was... And then, oh, there's that needle I needed. Put it here. Just a quick crochet poppy that has pig hair all over it. But, like that. Mortar and pestle that I use to make the chalk and other things that aren't like food related or oils or anything like that. My great grandma's little sewing thing. It comes in handy quite a lot. Especially whenever I get to sew. because I do stream through that for now. I thank anybody who stopped by and joined me, even if it was for a moment. I am slowly starting to plan actual videos and a lot of shorts with quick tips and simple facts and edible plants and little hacks, rhymes. And yeah, so feel free to stick around by subscribing and find me on Instagram or Facebook. I have a page and a group, but I didn't do much with the group, but I think I'm gonna start focusing on that, so could have a little community of people that could trade their stuff back and forth and stuff like that. I think that would be nice. And what did I put this? It's a little doohickey. I know. I'll hang it from the windowsill for now. And I can remember it exists. Alright. Yeah. Thank y'all. And I guess wish me luck in here maybe? That would always be nice. Let's do a little bit more. Little Whiting and Davis wristlet. These are mostly gemstone beads and pendants, like nice heart. It's dyed, but they're still really pretty. A bone elefante and this big ol' bone or horned fish. I've had this since I was in middle school. Oh, some chin. Needles and needles. I really like dice. I feel like so does everybody else, but just like it. Okay. I'm gonna put these in a different dish. I'll put this one. I use these I think that's one of them. These scallop shells, and look how pretty that is. So when you get those like pre-stuffed scallop and clam shells, like seriously, that's ridiculously beautiful. And that came with like stuff in it. I've been using them for everything for quite some time. These make good ashtrays for to put stuff out in or to burn incense in. And for my witchy peeps out there, if you need a cauldron or something to use as a vessel, this is perfect. It's a byproduct of food. Keep yourself fed. Food is more important than toys. And a lot of times it takes people a lifetime to accumulate all the tools and toys they might have, or you might see in pictures. It's not a consumer craft. All you need is your mind. A notebook is nice, but no, you don't need much of anything. And yeah. I think anybody would tell you that. But in my group, on Facebook, I'm going to start a trade thing. People could post whatever they have, and then people could respond with like what they're willing to trade for it. And no money. I mean, I don't care if you'll sell anything in it, but I'm trying to focus on trades, like, so we could still accumulate all the things we want, but it's not taking food off of anybody's table. It's, if anything, like clearing some clutter or something like that. And when I mean trade, I don't mean like, if you want a bracelet made by me, you have to trade me your Ray-Ban sunglasses. No, it's like, trades like, maybe you have a certain plant that doesn't grow around me, and you could press me some flowers, and or dry me some flowers somehow, and stuff like that. Because I don't have access to every plant that I would like to incorporate into my resin work, and that seems like a really easy way, and then, you know, people get something out of it. Stuff like that. Or like if you live in Oregon, like maybe you have a place where you could get really smooth like pebbles, or the stones that have holes in it. I am always looking for those. I collect them like, you know, I used to collect Pokemon cards. I am always looking for those. So if you ever come across, whether they're from the ocean, a lake, a stream, river, anywhere, even in the middle of a desert, I'm always looking for rocks with those natural holes in it. Always. Please. If you find them, let me know. Because I can't get to the ocean really anymore. So, and like, I don't know. I had a good sized bowl of it, but that's like from going to the beach every day, and it's just too far. And there's no creeks or rivers in these parts anyway. Florida does have some really cool stuff like that. I gotta start focusing on more Florida spots, because there's so many like places that are just a couple of hours away. And Will could get like epic drone footage. Ooh, I'm just gonna put these in here. Letter beads. You can write anything you'd like on anything you want. Batman? Resin thing? Oh, this is a leaf. So it's gonna go with the other leaves. And this is my favorite thing I've ever made. Well, I mean, in this category. My mom always is like, everything's your favorite. I'm like, yeah, my favorite of that thing in that category. Okay, let's find the name. I won't keep it in there. Okay. Alright. Ooh, needle. Okay, I'll leave that there. I think I'm gonna put the stuff that Amanda brought me back from St. Augustine in my special box of animal parts. Because I think I have just enough room for it. I'm gonna leave this out too, because I have 2 pairs of pants to replace the hook on, and if I leave it out, I have a better chance of doing that. All this water. Come to find out, the pill bottles is perfect for watercolor water or paint water if you need a little bit of water. They're, yeah, I forgot what that's called. try to make, oh, it's molding. I'm just gonna toss that whole thing. See that? Where is it here? Where is it here? Those I'll keep there because those are like inspiration things. I can't think of a color combination. Alrighty. Wet strawberry. Batman. Oh yeah. Push there for now. So we'll be ooh, that was loud. Sorry. I'm gonna actually keep it out here because I know I have a few repairs left and a few that I actually started on and should probably finish. Yeah, I always lose this when I need it. Alright. One of those people that have to say like bye like 6,000 times, but like Green Dean says of eattheweeds.com and Eat the Weeds here on YouTube, toodles, he documents edible medicinal plants that are commonly referred to as weeds. And that just means they grow anywhere and everywhere. And with the world just like being more and more hostile and like you want to just at least know like what's edible around you. So always look up your zone, like figure out what zone you live in, and just look up zone, like for instance zone 10 wild edibles and start there, and wild or edible weeds and stuff like that. And yeah, and then when you start to walk around you'll notice more and more food everywhere, like legit food. I used to make spinach dip, but instead of spinach I would use Spanish needle, and it grows everywhere. I mean, it's $20 in some parts of the world a pound, and yeah, so I think that's worth foraging. And it's like the third biggest feeder of like, or producer of pollen in Florida, so it's extremely important for the pollinators and everything to grow and blossom. Little deer, eh? Very nice. Sailor Moon earrings. A pair for every day of the week. These are silicone cake pans, but they're great for resin. glue destroyed this. He shoot it to pieces. A spoon that I use for incense. But I could bring some designs onto it. Alright. Use the blush like it's mica, because I think it is mica. Okay, well, thank y'all for joining me again, and I hope your night is as colorful as I'm going to try to make my night. And got a little bit more room, and I can get down with a little bit more breathing room. I still gotta get to this side though, because I really do want to start sewing and at least like repairing stuff. It's so brilliant to have. I look freaking weird today. I don't know what it is, why I'm perceiving myself like a popsicle stick that like, I don't know. Okay. Thank y'all kindly. Check out Green Dean and Rubber Sapere. They're the, did I just put that?